the Lumix L10 might be the most surprising camera that I've used this year. And I say that because I don't think that people fully realised just how capable it was when Panasonic first introduced it, because it was very much positioned as a fun, everyday carry photography camera. Something small that you could just throw over your shoulder, take it with you everywhere, use real-time LUTs and quickly get those images onto your phone using Lumix Lab, and just enjoy taking and sharing photos as much as possible. And it is exactly that. I completely agree with all of that. It's a really fun camera to use, and it has become my go-to camera when I just want to head out for a day and just have a camera with me. But the more that I've used it over the last few months, the more that I've realised it is actually capable of so much more than that, because I've probably used this camera for video way more than I ever expected to. And the footage coming out of something this small with a fixed lens is honestly kind of ridiculous. It is so much more camera than you think. One of the things that I find really interesting about the L10 is what's inside it, because it isn't just a small camera that Panasonic has designed quickly and quite simply just to be fun and easy to use, because it's got the same sensor as the GH7 and it's got the same processor as the S1 II. So when you put technology like that into a camera this small, you start to realise just how much we've come to expect from our cameras over the years. One thing I want to mention is that the dynamic range is really impressive, because it's got over 13 stops of dynamic range, because it shares the same dynamic range boost technology as the GH7 as well, because they've got the same sensor. So it reads both high and low gain readouts and then blends them together in camera in real time. So the footage that you get from this looks amazing, and you've also got all of the things that I already love about shooting video on Lumix. And I think that's what surprised me most since I've been using it, because I expected to use this as a little photography camera, and I do that, but I kept finding myself picking it up when I wanted to shoot video as well. And one thing that I really like about it is the L10 doesn't really look like a serious video camera. So when you're out, you're not necessarily drawing loads of attention to yourself while you're out filming. To just pull it out and capture something quickly and easily and still be able to produce some seriously good video can't go unrecognized. The only thing that really lets it down on that front is the lack of IBIS and no shutter angle, but I can forgive it for that, just because of how much is packed into this camera and the fact that it is primarily aimed towards photography as well. I think the fact that Lumix can pack that many video features into something like this and not really boast about them is absolutely outrageous in the best possible way. It feels like Panasonic has almost accidentally made a much more capable video camera than it intended to. One thing that can be a little bit of a faff with smaller cameras, especially when you're shooting video, is filters, which is where the sponsor of this video comes in, K&F Concept. This is their magnetic filter system, and it comes in loads of different sizes, and it is perfect for small cameras like the L10. The filters snap on magnetically, so if you want to put on an ND filter, you can just pop it on, and when you don't need it anymore, it comes straight off without having to sit there with the faff of screwing filters on and off all of the time. Because they're solid ND filters as well, you can also stack them together if you need more filtration without getting those weird X patterns that you sometimes get from variable ND filters, and you can also add other effects filters as well, like mist filters. It keeps the whole setup really small along with the camera, and it means that I can just leave the adapter on the camera as well and forget about it until I need to just quickly add a filter. I've been using K&F products for years, long before they got in touch, so it's already a brand that I know and use all of the time. I will leave a link to the product in the description if you want to go and have a look at it. Thank you to K&F Concept for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to the video. I've come to really like Micro Four Thirds over the last 18 months, but I think especially when you're shooting open gate, it makes even more sense. Open gate, as we've come to know over the last couple of years, is great on full frame, but with Micro Four Thirds, you get a 4:3 aspect ratio instead of a 3:2 on full frame. And I actually prefer that because OpenGate gives you this really useful frame that you could crop and use in lots of different ways. But as well as that, I just really like the look of 4:3. And I found that it works particularly well for Instagram too. Now, I've never really got into the whole vertical video thing. I know 9:16 is basically the standard for a short form video now, but I've never particularly enjoyed shooting everything vertically just because Instagram wants me to. I'd much rather shoot something that I actually like the look of and then work out how I want to use it. And the 4:3 image that you get from Micro Four Thirds works really nicely for that. And if you decide to keep the 4:3 aspect ratio like I do sometimes, I think it just feels natural. It's almost a little bit nostalgic, and I love that. It also works really well for sort of little video postcards, just small moments from a day that don't necessarily need to become a full video or a reel, but maybe you're just capturing a moment, and I really like doing stuff like that, and this camera makes that so easy. When I'm out doing photography, I am really bad for forgetting about video. Having the L10 with me makes it so easy to be able to capture both, and getting the image quality from both photo and video in one small camera like this is something that I have really come to value, because it doesn't feel like I'm missing out on anything if I was to only go out with this. And I know that I can go and do photography and film an entire video with just this one little camera, and I don't need to take anything else with me besides maybe a microphone or an ND filter, but that's different. And I think the biggest compliment that I can give the L10 is actually really simple, and it's that because of all of that, this is the camera that I keep choosing to pick up when I'm going out somewhere and I want to have a camera with me. And I think that's something that we sometimes are all guilty about forgetting about when we're talking about cameras, because we're constantly comparing specs, whether that's full frame, Micro Four Thirds, higher resolution, lower resolution, better autofocus, more dynamic range, and obviously all of those things do matter in terms of the actual output. But there's another really important question, which is, do you actually want to take a camera out with you? Because if the answer is no, but you've got all of the specs that you could ever want, you don't want to take it out, what's the point in it? You're not ever going to take it out. But if you have a camera that you really want to take out and it has lower specs, you're more likely to actually go out with that camera. And I think that this camera finds that balance really, really well. For me anyway, I think it does that incredibly well. And it is tiny for what you're getting from it. And yes, it is small enough. I'm sick of hearing people say that this camera is too big. It's not. For what you're getting, it is the perfect size, I'd say. I carry it on a strap over my shoulder all day and I barely notice it. It's lightweight, the battery lasts all day, and the capabilities that you're getting in it are quite ridiculous. So can we not just appreciate what we have instead of finding the daftest things to complain about, like saying that this is too big, when it's the same size as most other cameras, most other compact cameras out there. As with any camera, there are always going to be little things that you maybe want to change about them. For me, I would love to be able to see on here one day a little joystick on the back, because I'm left eye dominant, which means when I use the viewfinder, my nose is touching the screen, and it means that I'm constantly knocking the autofocus points around, which is a little bit annoying. And I've been using the Fuji X-E5 lately a lot as well, which I spoke about in my last video, and it's not my favourite camera in the world, but one thing that I really do like about it is the fact it has a joystick on the back, and I just feel like it would improve the experience a bit more of the L10 as well, if they could just squeeze it in somewhere, or maybe replace one of the buttons that's already there with a little joystick. I think that would make a big difference. And the other thing that I keep thinking about when I'm using this camera as well is what Panasonic could maybe do with this idea next, because I would absolutely love to see something like this with an interchangeable lens mount. I've said it a number of times in videos when I'm talking about this camera, and it's something that I have spoke to Panasonic about as well. Imagine this camera, this size, this sensor, this processing power, and this video capability, but with a Micro Four Thirds lens mount. That would be such an interesting camera, because you wouldn't just have a small everyday carry camera anymore. You'd have a tiny little production camera that you could build around whatever it is that you wanted to go and create. And if that happens, I think that could be really exciting and make the camera industry even more interesting over the next few years, and I am all here for that. If you haven't yet seen it, I will link to Ed Prosser's video on the L10 below in the description, because he goes into so much more detail about the video side of things on this camera, and his footage is incredible as always, so I'll make sure that's linked down below so you can go and check it out. But yeah, let me know your thoughts as well in the comments down below. Is this one of the most surprising and underrated cameras of the year? Interested to hear your thoughts. If you want to watch another video on the L10, I recommend you go and check out this video next, and I will see you there.